Salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Indeed, all praise is due to Allah, and may Allah's peace and blessings be on the last messenger of Allah. Okay, our first session begins with Aqidah, as I mentioned. And what we'll be looking at in this session is the categories of Tawheed, the basic areas of Tawheed which have been identified by scholars for the purpose of understanding how Tawheed should be comprehended and applied. So if we begin with the term Tawheed itself, which is a verbal noun coming from the verb wahada yuwahidu tawheedan, it literally means unification, to unify, to make one that which wasn't one. However, when we use it in the context of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then this is obviously not applicable, because we do not look at Allah as being three who we made one, or as divisible. So what we are referring to when we speak about Tawheed with regards to Allah, Tawheedullah, what we're speaking about here is really maintaining Allah's unity in our understanding of Allah. Allah is a unity. But how do we understand? How do we relate to Him? Relate to His instructions with regards to Himself, with regards to His creatures, with regards to ourselves. How do we relate to Him? We are obliged to relate to Him based on the principle of Tawheed, maintaining His unity in all of those interactions with Allah's commandments. So what we are talking about then is recognizing the oneness of Allah with regards to His dominion over His creation, that He has no partner in this regard and He is unique. And in regards to His names and His attributes, that these have no similitude, there's nothing similar to them. Furthermore, with regards to worship, that He is the only one deserving of our worship. Now, these aspects were divided into specific categories by scholars of the past in order to deal with deviant ideas which arose amongst the Muslim Ummah. When Islam spread from Arabia into Syria, into Egypt, into Persia, where people already had a tradition of understanding Allah in a way which was contrary to Islamic teachings, where they already had this tradition, they came into Islam, they brought some of these ideas with them. And they tried to re-express these ideas, but with Islamic terminologies, etc. So when these kind of ideas arose, it became necessary for scholars to combat these ideas, to respond to these ideas, and to clarify to the Muslims what is the correct understanding of Allah. So we found scholars dividing Tawheed into three basic categories. Some scholars divided it into two, but the most popular analysis is based on three basic categories, what are known as Tawheed al-Rububiyyah, which is basically maintaining the oneness of Allah's lordship; Tawheed al-Asma wa Sifat, which is maintaining the unity of Allah's names and attributes; and Tawheed al-Ibadah, which is maintaining the unity of Allah with regards to worship, that He alone deserves to be worshipped. Now, these three categories, though we are going to